Hello my lovely people and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought, why not talk about Mercury in your sign, because it's actually very interesting what it means for you and what it actually means about you, if I can say that. This is going to just be my voice because it might be more chill for you guys just to listen to it, so you can go about, do whatever you need to do today. Maybe you're going to fold your clothes, cleaning, maybe you are driving while listening to this, or maybe you're just sitting with a cup of tea or coffee, enjoying your day. So I am going to go into details about what Mercury means, and at the end I am going to go a little bit into details with what it means to have Mercury in the different signs. So it's going to be basic information. Later I am going to do a more in-depth video for each zodiac sign. But I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Remember to like and subscribe because it helps me out so much. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So Mercury is a planet of intelligence. It makes life understandable. And believe me when I say that we're going to go deep today. We are going to dig deep. We are going to dig into the Mercury corners that no one is really talking about. So if you're not having a lot of aha moments while watching this, I might not have done my job good enough. And when I say that I'm digging deep, I mean it. I have Scorpio in my Mercury, so I am a deep digger when it comes to words, when it comes to finding out the truth, when it comes to finding out what it really means. So I took my time writing down and analyzing and studying for this video so that you guys can learn more about Mercury, so that you have a deeper understanding about life, about yourself, about other people. So I hope this is really going to help you out with understanding your life better and how you see life, what you might actually be meant to do when it comes to a job. Also, a fun thing to do is to check out your sun sign also, because a lot of the things that we speak about will ring truth to your sun sign as well. So while you are checking out your Mercury sign, check out your sun sign. You can also check out your Venus or Moon or rising. Another interesting fact about Mercury is that Mercury appears as an evening star in March and April, and as a morning star in September and October. Mercury will be strongest in this month for you when it comes to you looking deeper and you looking within. Mercury represents the lower mind, our subconscious mind. It's our emotional and feeling mind. It's linked together with our paradigm. It's linked together with our growth. Is linked together with how you react. Mercury rules over your intelligence, perception, and reason, memory, speaking, and writing. It really reflects the way that you see, hear, understand, and how you take information in. It's also about your day-to-day travel. Short trips is linked together with transportation. It also controls the functions of the nerves, arms and hands, fingers. Mercury also rules over the voice. So people with a strong Mercury are very successful at public speaking, singing, and acting. The negative side with Mercury is that it can produce a tendency to be critical, to be sarcastic, likely to argue with other people, deceitful, maybe even lying. But even true that these are the negative side of Mercury, it's obviously something that we can learn to cage in, I guess you can say. And you will understand why I say that when we dig a little bit deeper, because Mercury is all about your growth. It is all about, again, your mind. It is ruled by your mind. And also for you to understand Mercury a little bit better. Whatever you plant in your subconscious mind must grow. No matter what it is, it will return what you planted. It's very important to think about that. Mercury symbolizes our mental attitude. I speak about all these things because it's very important for you guys to understand what it means on a mental way and on a physical way. Mercury describes a person's mentality, how a person gathers and takes in information and approaches comprehension. It indicates the type of things that interest you. It shows how you go about reasoning, strategizing, developing your skills, how you are interacting and communicating with other people. And again, I will mention whatever you put out will return. A positive mind attracts positivity. A negative mind attracts negativity. Learned by your Mercury. The sign that Mercury occupies shows the feeling and issues that influences the individual's thought process. When it comes to your body, Mercury rules the eyes, your brain, the nerves, as well as your toes, besides the other things that I mentioned earlier. So the biggest lessons with your Mercury sign is to learn to be connected with your heart chakra and your feelings. It makes you flow, it makes you poetic, it helps you with your imagination. It can also help you realize who is lying in your life. And when we speak about tarot, Mercury is associated with the magician, and the magician tells you that you have all the tools inside of you. You just have to learn to use them. And as we all know, when a magician is reversed, he turns to a trickster or someone who is not believing in his or her gifts, abilities. So, like I said, learn from your Mercury. So let's talk a little bit about Mercury being linked together with your base chakra, your root chakra. With the first chakra, this is where we form our basic sense of security. It's how we relate and act in the world with other people. The best way to describe the first chakra is to imagine never having been here on Earth before. And suddenly, you are here. You open your eyes and you see that everything is moving. Everything is alive. You have sensations, feelings, a body, yearnings, urges, drives, compulsions, questions, curiosity, and crying fear and uncertainty. That's kind of what happens when we are born. Crying, fear, uncertainty, curiosity, sensations, feelings. And the first chakra is the lower mind. It is focused in the present moment and in paying attention in order to learn what we need to learn to survive, to satisfy our needs, to develop skills and habits, and to communicate and interact successfully in this world. Sometimes I like to imagine Mercury as, again, this crying baby. That's learning how to interact in the world and with other humans. But all these things are things that can only be learned by being born on Earth. Learn through experiences. Mercury is a planet that is unpredictable. It's fast. It's always moving. That is life. And that is our life lesson. That is what makes you, you. Mercury helps you to understand. It helps you to react and communicate with what you learn and go through in life. Most of the things that triggers us in life is actually something that we don't understand or something that we are fearing. And all human beings have grown up, come into this world in different ways. Fear is a nervous sensation. What fear is psychologically is highly sensitive awareness. When we encounter something new, unknown, something that's threatening, our nervous system becomes excited. We become more aware, alert, attentive, and sensitive in order to respond as may be needed. And this is not a mental process, but it does affect the mental process. And the mental process in turn affects our nervous responses. Thoughts that are lacking in confidence and trust inhibit our ability to orient. The work with the first chakra is about calming the nervous system and the mind. And all through that, we need to calm the mind. The way is more psychological than a mental one. Physical exercise and meditations are the ways that the mind gets quiet. And yoga is all good tools for this. But any practice that develops your skills and confidence helps too. The important thing is to let the mind assimilate, but not direct. The mind thinks that cleverness and cheating are effective skills, but these kind of skills will never get us real self-confidence or security. You need to feel and you need to sense. It's about learning to trust life, to trust ourselves, and to flow with whatever happens in our life. Bond with your life, bond with your circumstances. At the Mercury level, we are learning to relax the mind and the nervous system enough to experience life. And the mind is a very good servant, but it is a terrible master. The mind does not know, so why do we ask it? It's important for you to understand that life is a teacher. That also includes the people in and around your life. Life is the truth. If we can learn to relax our nervous system and to be open to it, life will teach us in ways that our mind knows or in ways that our mind doesn't know. It is transforming. It is in a relaxed state of trust that we are best learning to develop our skills and abilities. I think we all know that. And with the first chakra, we are learning that we are capable individuals existing in a world that is designed for us to learn in. And as we gain confidence in navigating this world, our nervous system calms and we learn how to trust ourselves, to trust life, moving with the flow, and let joy guide your experience and turn life into a dance. Instead of being fearful and stressful, it becomes fun. So an open Mercury and the first chakra is relaxed, self-assured, fearless, and focused on collaborating with and enjoying life. The symbol for Mercury is the crescent moon of emotions, above the circle of the spirit, above the cross of duality, earthly existence. This suggests that at the level of the first chakra, concerning matters of earthly existence, the emotions function as protector of the solar spirit, ruling the sensing and responding system of our individual minds. So with the first chakra, it's all about finding harmony between our individual spirit and our earthly existence through learning, through life, developing the wisdom to control our emotions and to see clearly. And of course, learning to cooperate with life and the forces of nature. And Mercury rules the sign of Gemini. So to overcome some of these things, we have to go a little bit deeper. We have to learn how to overcome feelings of separation. And we all need to feel confident about our communication skills, our physical abilities, our psychic abilities, and the understanding of life. We need to feel that we are capable of successfully interacting in any situation or with any person, or that our understanding of life is true. We need to feel that we have a choice, as well as the wisdom to make the right choice. We need to feel that we understand what others say and that we ourselves are understood. We need to feel that we have the ability to learn and that others respect, honor, and listen to what we have learned. We need to feel safe to share our information with others, and that others will share with us. The thing that you have to learn is to get in touch with and understand what being in the present moment means, and realize how true wisdom is fundamental to the feeling of self-assurance. And most things in life are only learned through experience. And like I said before, the mind can become tricky because the mind is trying to figure things out on a physical level. But it's different when we talk about the mental level. We talk about our soul energy. And I guess that you can say that in one way we are a part of this eternal life. There is no death, and this is the most difficult concept for the mind to comprehend. You can't show this. You can only show change and transformation. Whatever we may think happens when the life force leaves our physical form is projection of the mind. You can show the death of the body, but you can't show the death of the soul. In truth, there is only life, and we are inseparably a part of this life, now and forever. You are energy. It's very important for you guys to understand. You are energy. And obviously, we can't show energy, but we can use it. And there's a lot more about all this that I want to talk with you guys about. But I feel that it would become a little bit too much if I keep speaking about it, because you guys know I can speak for hours. I can be philosophical for hours. So I am going to make a separate video about how to overcome some of these challenges. But change and transformation is the very essence and nature of life. But life itself is endless. Life consists of endless possibilities, and so do you. Meditation can reveal these deeper truths that the mind on its own cannot know. And the truth is, the ability to seek these deeper truths lies within you. Again, the magician. But it also means that you have to look within. And that's why we meditate, because we can seek and go beyond the mind in meditation. It's all about reaching these trance states to activate these abilities and the knowledge, the deep knowledge. And through that, we can experience the divine wisdom that is going to reveal to us the secrets of the universe, as well as the divine love that makes it all happen. And this wisdom guides us in the present to look for positive possibilities, abilities, envision the bigger picture, the new realization. It is for you to inspire others towards universal understanding. It's not a competitive energy. It's not about competition. It's about understanding and sharing, listening and feelings. So with that, let's go into Mercury in the signs. So Mercury in Aries. If you have Mercury in Aries, you tend to be witty, outspoken, and original. There's a lot of sharp edges to your conversation. And there can also be this ironic or sarcastic tone that can sometimes be biting and sometimes very funny. You use highly expressive language, and you do sometimes put a lot of slang into your speech. Mercury in Aries also makes you impatient, eager to get things done, and wanting things to go your way in the process. You do sometimes like to argue, and sometimes you can be a little tactless. You love to speak, you love to write. A problem with this placement can be that you are too impulsive, that not enough planning goes into your actions. But however, you are blessed with luck because your first decision actually tends to be the right one. Mercury in Aries people suffer from headaches, especially if you are together with people who are noisy or if you are in places where there is too much noise. So let's jump to Taurus. So Mercury in Taurus never embark on projects without being completely prepared. You have a practical, stable, and constructive mind. You are someone who is quite sure that your opinions are the wisest, and you have a little use for what other people think. You have an excellent memory and you are a very good observer, but you have to be better at listening to other people's opinions before that you shoot them out. You also have a tendency to repeat yourself, to state what you have just said over and over again, sometimes in different terms, usually to make sure everyone has gotten your point. Although you are sociable and attractive, you also can be a little shy with strangers. You are more at ease reading a book while lounging in a comfortable, overfluffed chair. You are one of the signs that read a great deal, but it is experience that is teaching you the lessons that you need in life. Very important. With Mercury in Taurus, you are good at handling money. You have a good eye for beauty and value. Mercury in Taurus people are often successful in art or antique dealings. Then let's jump to Gemini. So if you have Mercury in Gemini, it's hard to pin you down. You have a quick silver duality to your mind. You really tend to change your opinions quickly based on the latest news or based on what you're listening to. You often hold down more than one job or work on a number of projects at once. You are extremely quick and you are interested in the world at large. You live mostly on a mental level. You must have facts and information. What you want is to know. You are good at languages, you're good at math, you love to read, study, travel, and talk to new people about what you think. You always know a bit about everything, but sometimes not a lot of anything. But you are clever enough to conceal this and to give a more marvelous impression of being well informed. Another problem can be that there might be a lack of order in your life. You would make a wonderful debater, public speaker, and you are someone who has a lot of friends because of your good sense of humor. Many TV interviewers, talk show hosts have Mercury in Gemini. Let's go to Cancer. So Mercury in Cancer, you are sensitive to what other people think about you. You have an almost sixth sense intuition, and you do pick up signals from all around you. You do have a tendency to take on other people's emotions, so you are very empathic. You believe that if we had to depend only on our eyes, we would see very little. You are able to adapt yourself to different kind of people, but this doesn't mean that you are not a part of your own ideas. You really are, but you can be a bit narrow-minded. But other people would never experience or see this side of you. They would have to be as psychic as you are to really get it. You are gifted with powerful imagination, a sense of poetry, a fine sense of memory. You never forget things. Mercury in Cancer people are successful students, historians, teachers, and writers. You are likely to make a profit in real estate, and you may inherit money from the maternal side of your family. Sometimes you are plagued with irrational phobias such as fear of flying. So let's go to Leo. So Mercury in Leo. With Mercury in Leo, you have a gift for speaking and writing, and a skill for leading others. You have a magnetic flair for dealing with people. You are a very good organizer who knows how to direct, manage, and control. It's true that you can be boastful, arrogant, bombastic if things don't go your way. Your fiery temper might ignite when that happens. But basically, you have such a kind heart and sunny outlook that people usually forgive you. there is a showy expansiveness to your outlook. Even true that you sometimes would rather play than work, you are very determined to be successful. You have a great enthusiasm and sometimes get so caught up in a project that you ignore everything else around you. People with Mercury in Leo are in love with the theater, the performing arts, and you are happiest when you are on display. The creative fields attracts you, so that is what you need to go after. So Mercury and Virgo. With you have a fine analytical quality to the mind. You love to deal with facts before you make your mind up. You'd really like to deal in facts. And before that you make your mind up, you must know all sides to the question and get all the information available in order to analyze it. And once you form a theory, you are quite convinced it is true. You expect reality instead of vice versa. You have an intellectual intolerance for people who are sloppy in the thinking. You don't really understand human failings. Your emotional detachment makes you an excellent scientist, researcher, teacher, reporter. You are very quick to learn, and usually you can memorize long pages of material. A fault is sometimes your eagerness to take on too much work, too many projects. You wear yourself down, and at times you do become nervous and hypocritical. As a Mercury Virgo, you have a strong talent, an amazing talent for the creative crafts. So a Mercury in Libra. With Mercury in Libra, you have a sense of balance. You love to make comparisons by writing down all the pros and cons, looking at both sides, weighing all the facts. What you really want is to make the perfect choice. And even after you have already made your mind up, it's never really definite. In truth, you do have a fine intuition and you often know things in a flash. But then you tend to intellectualize and go off in the wrong direction. Towards other people, your attitude is gentle, sympathetic, friendly. You are fond of socializing. You are not someone who wishes to stir up controversies. Oh no, never. In company, you will go along with someone else's opinion, even if you privately disagree. Mercury and Libra people do tend to do best with creative and intellectual work, and it would be good for you to work with other people or to partner up with other people. You are especially successful if you team up with a strong person who really can direct you. If you are left alone, you might become lazy and you might not be able to apply yourself with the same kind of energy. So let's talk about Mercury in Scorpio, like Mua. You are the type of person who will ask a lot of questions. You love to do physical exploring, mental exploring, and you do like to examine things deeply. One of the things that will help you is to dig beneath the surface to discover the real facts. You are especially drawn to things that are hidden. Many of you go into the field of medicine, science, religion, or the occult. Mercury and Scorpio are particularly suited for investigative work because you are never to fail when you look deep into something. You can resolve and find even the deepest hidden facts, and you will do so until that you really find those facts. You are good at observing people, reading people. You are a human lie detector. And you do take great pride in your ability not to be fooled. You also can be stubborn, you can have an inflexible mind, and you can sometimes be captivated by your own ideas. Not many people can turn you away from a point of view unless you want them to. You consider other people's proof to be variations of their opinions, and you sometimes listen to neither one nor the other. Solitary work and research are better suited for you because that solitary work and research are better suited to your temperament. than cooperative work. You probably have an explosive or charged temper, and Mercury Scorpios are known for their biting sarcasm when you are criticized or if you are upset. And I will say yes, yes, and amen for that. Let me know in the comments how many of you guys are like me. You have an emotional intelligence, since you will fight for a cause even if it's hopeless. And you are very good at sacrificing all your time and energy for someone you love. So again, it's something you have to be aware of. So Mercury in Sagittarius. You are quick and bright, to the point. You are someone who really loves freedom of expression, and you can't bear the thought of any power of censorship over what you want to say. Your mind is restless, you are always looking for stimulation, you may jump from project to project, or you might change job frequently. The trouble is often involved in your work. Mercury and Sagittarius never stop learning. It is an ongoing lifetime education. You love to read, explore new ideas. You love to learn about other people. You are fast on your feet. You get ideas instantly. But if you have something that is failing in your life, you do have the tendency to conceal yourself. Some people find you too blunt or outspoken, but that quality springs from Sagittarius' basic honesty. If you are tactless, it is because that you don't think before you speak. Sometimes you do find it difficult to complete a long sustained piece of work. So Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn. With you do tend to be ambitious, well organized, careful, calculated, and patient. You are very good at handling details, and you also never lose sight of the whole picture. When it comes to making decisions, you are extremely rational. You process from point to point. You don't always believe in faith, but you believe more in logic. You always have a secret goal that you are pursuing. Mercury in Capricorn often attain positions of leadership because that they are very dependable, and you have a very strong air of authority. And this can be evident even in very small children who have Mercury in this position. A problem that you might have in relation to people can be your dictatorial manner. I hope I say that right. You also tend to have a disapproving feeling for other people's weaknesses, or if people are not serious enough. Again, you are a very serious person, and the seriousness can sometimes stop you from enjoying life. So it is definitely the darker side of this placement. You can also have a very dry sense of humor. So Mercury in Aquarius. You have a fine and clever mind, very accurate and very inventive. You really love to learn things, and you take great interest in other people. You have an excellent judgment of human nature, and you do really like to analyze character and motivation. And with your finely tuned power of observation, you are able to predict accurately how someone will react in a certain situation. And you are what we call a watcher. You do like to observe and watch people in trains, buses, airports, and restaurants. If that is you, let me know in the comment. You have a very broad and emotional, detached outlook. Aquarius is the sign of the true seeker, which is how your mind works. You enjoy intellectual discussions about philosophy and the future of mankind. You love to go deep with communications. For you, something that is turning you on might be more intelligent people or intelligent conversations. Chances are that you have read the classical writings of our great thinkers. You are especially suited for work in progressive professions such as science, inventions, the world of television, electronics. Sometimes you may seem eccentric because your ideas are advanced. And you also enjoy saying things that shock people. So the last one is Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is a sign of psychic revolution. And Mercury is the sign that gives you a supple and intuitive mind. There is this intriguing air of mystery about the way that you think. You don't logically arrive at conclusions. You seem to just get flashes of knowledge and sudden feelings that are not really based on previous facts or circumstances. Sometimes you will make predictions and afterwards what you say will turn out to be true. You have a very spot-on intuition, you are imaginative, you are creative, but you tend to lack self-confidence. And you sometimes can appear timid or confused. You have a deep sympathy and understanding for people's weaknesses and people's emotions and feelings. And in your opinion, everyone, including a liar, has his own truth. You have such a big sensitivity to your environment that you can't work or think straight when there is anything or anyone who is upset or sad. When you are fearful, you might withdraw, create distractions, or use redirection to avoid confrontations. Your gift is your intuition. Your empathic nature is your gift. For you, solutions to a problem is inspired by faith and spiritual. So that is all the signs. I really hope you guys learned something. Let me know in a comment what you think about this. Let me know if you can bring truth to some of the things that we spoke about. If you are in need of a private reading, healing session, or removal of blocks, all information is down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!